Hey everybody, welcome back to the couch, welcome back to Face Value, and today, grab your 12-sided die because we're going to be talking about Fable Beard Co. We're going to hit the bearded waltz by yours truly real quick, and then we'll get right into it. Okay, so we've got a lot to unpack here today. Fable is a company that started off very small. I believe Colin had the idea, J.K. Rowling style. He had the idea for the company on a napkin, and they've turned into one of the biggest companies in beard care. I have the most scents from them. I've tried most of the products, not all, but there's a lot to get into today. Just a little bit about the company real quick. We strive for those who dare. At Fable Beard Co., we are committed to top quality men's beard grooming products. This is more than just a brand. Fable Beard Co. is also a rich community of brave and exciting beardsmen who are as unique and original as every single product we create. Our oils, balms, and other beard grooming supplies are a lot more than just products. They seek to share a story and a sentiment. It was created in 2018 for a simple purpose: to unite adventurers that enjoy the world of fantasy and storytelling with high-quality beard products that their majestic beards deserve. Now, that is one big thing about Fable, is their branding, their kind of image of that sort of D&D World of Warcraft image. Whether or not you are into that community or not, this is a good quality product that you should check out. The artist is Jeff West. He is just an amazing artist who creates these beautiful packaging. If you're somebody who has a collection and a shelf that you really like to display, this is a company that fits right in with that. These products do look great on a shelf, and it is very fun. One thing that they do is they will send you a wax sealed card with every order that has adventurer and your last name on it, that is handwritten. Just really beautiful quality packaging. Unboxing these products is so much fun. If you're looking for just a great unboxing experience, Fable is definitely a good way to go. A little bit more about them, now that I've went on my kind of rant about their packaging and their artwork and everything. Fable Beard Co.'s own beardsmen are immersed in an endless fortune-seeking quest, a journey that we enjoy to share with all of you. The quest is about finding a precious treasure, the exotic elixir that provides outlandish vitality and verve to the beards, or the community of the beards. These products are the consequence of a fantastic escapade, an audacious tale where our characters reflect the virtues, ideals, and courage of the community of beardsmen that chooses us. Welcome to our tavern. Now, Fable is constantly running sales and deals, so I did end up buying a ton of scents from them and their oils on a BOGO, a buy one get one, that they often do. And a little bit about those oils. Their carrier blend to start off with is castor oil, which is high in vitamin E and omega-6 fatty acids and excellent for conditioning. Now, this carrier oil in here, being the number one, is kind of why I first decided to try Fable. After being brand loyal to another company I've talked about on the channel for about a year and a half, I decided to kind of venture out, and that sort of viscosity just wasn't, my beard just kind of got tired of it and just blind to it. So I wanted something with a different thickness, and this castor oil in it is going to make it thick. It's not thick with two C's, but this is a thicker oil. I would say that it's definitely on the thick side. But like I said, Thick with a K, not two C's. And then we have coconut oil, which adds shine, softness, and help prevents hair breakage. And then we have sweet almond oil, which is a sealant and beard protector. And then we have argan oil, which is an antioxidant, UV protector, and high in vitamin E. We have jojoba oil, which promotes beard strength and is rich in vitamins and minerals. And as we know, that's kind of what mimics our sebum oil the closest. And then we have their fragrance oils, which is skin safe and meets all standards of the IFRA. Their scent strengths of any scent that you get are strong. This is a very strong, thick oil. These scents will last you all day and even until the next day. Without their butter, these oils are just going to hang around with you. They hang out with you all day. For that day, these scents are going to be your best friend. And it's got a great feel because of that castor. I know this was the first oil I'd tried with the and it just blew me away the first time I tried it. It's got just such a great feel in beard. If you've not tried Fable, I'm sure most of you watching this have and have had different experiences. Definitely try it. Their scents, there's some that I like and some that I don't. I just kind of went crazy on buying their scents. We'll get into that in a second. And when I pick up the first one here, I do want to pinpoint that one thing about Fable is they do send you both a restrictor cap and a dropper top, which I think is a very, very cool thing because I know me, although the dropper tops are more effective for dripping it out and the kind of application use, I'm very clumsy. And there's been many times that I forget to fully put the cap on, and when that happens, I knock that oil over and the entire bottle is gone. They do let you pick. Some companies offer one or the other, or some companies don't even offer either. If you can handle that, kudos to you, but I know myself, I'm far too clumsy for that. So on all of these, I have chosen to go with the restrictor cap. I will say just a little beard tip here. Since they send you both, if you have a company that doesn't provide a dropper top or a restrictor cap, save these. Whichever one of these you don't use, even though if it's not a preferred applicator, definitely save them for a company that doesn't send any. That's just a tip here. The first one that I've picked up at random here is the Shark, which is Mow the Bearded Sharks collab. And it is a deep sea beard oil. And it's got kind of a... like an aquatic cologne type scent to it. It's good. It's one of the better ones for me, especially because cologne scents for me aren't my thing. This sort of aquatic cologne is nice. And check out that beautiful artwork by Jeff West there. It's just a great art, great packaging, and this scent is good. I do enjoy this scent. And next up, speaking of the art, I'm just going to go with the artist, which is inspired by Jeff West. And that is Antique Cologne, Mulled Spices, and Oak Moss. Now this, it just has a nice, soft cologne, kind of a classy scent to it. Kind of a very old-timey, not like an old person, but like a olden days scent to it. I do enjoy this one a lot. Yeah. It's a good scent, and like I said, these are going to stay with you all day. Any of these scents. Some are milder than others, but that scent is going to just stick with you entirely. Next up, we have one of their seasonals. In terms of their seasonals, I did not get a chance to check out any of their winter scents. None of them really looked appealing to me. But their fall scents, if you're looking for good fall scents, This is top 2 companies for fall scents to me. I love their fall scents 100%. The first one that I've picked up is the first oil that I got from them, which is Autumn Man, which is like a toasted marshmallow and vanilla. Now, this one is a little too sweet for me. It's just not my thing. That marshmallow in there, it smells good at first to me, but the more that I wore it throughout the day and the more I wore it future days from that, it got to be a little too much on the sweetness for me. But they do have some other good options. Next up here that I've just picked up at random from my Fable collection is the Hero. Now, this is their biggest seller. It is light cologne, rich tobacco, mystical amber, and whiskey notes. And now this just has... To me, this one's not really my thing, even though most people really love it. This one kind of, and no offense to the company, but sometimes cologne scents smell a little too on the cheap side for me, which is kind of why I tend to stray from them. And this one just doesn't have that sort of quality cologne scent to it. To me, it just kind of smells on the cheap side, and that's my take on it. I know a lot of people obviously really love that, but that's my take on that. In terms of their cologne scents that they have, I much prefer this one, which is Colin himself sort of signature scent. That's the Wizard right here, and that is a magical oud cologne. Now this one, if I had to choose between this and the Hero, I'm obviously going to choose this one all day. It's Oud Wand, Mystical Amber, Dragon's Blood Cologne, and Magical Musk. And this one has more of that high quality cologne scent. And if I had to have a shootout between the Hero and the Wizard, I'm going to go with the Wizard all day. This is just a good cologne scent for special occasion, any type of date night, or just outing where you need to smell kind of fancier. This is a good option for that. Next up, we have Dan C's collab, which is the Teacher. And the profile on that is wild berries, fresh apples, creamy vanilla, and ripe Georgia peach. Now, this, in terms of collabs, especially with Dan C, he's got a lot of collabs that I have loved, but this one is just not for me. Anything with peach in it is going to kind of kill it for me. The wild berries and fresh apples and creamy vanilla, it's just way too sweet for my taste. I've probably worn this one the least, in all honesty. It's just too sweet. Yeah, I could see how a lot of people would like this. It's just not in my alley of scents. That one was the Teacher. And again, real quick, because I keep forgetting, admittedly, here is that artwork by Jeff West, who just doesn't get enough credit. I'm going to say his name 1,000 times in this video just to kind of get out there who does this artwork. Next up, I have the Collector, which is an overly passionate beard oil. And this one is like, they don't have the profiles for their seasonals on here, but I believe it's like pomegranate, bourbon, and something else. And this just smells nice. The pomegranate isn't too sweet, and that bourbon that's in there, I believe it's bourbon or whiskey. That alcohol scent in there just cuts that really nicely. And this I can honestly see as another viable option for using as a high quality cologne scent. I do really enjoy the Collector. And that's a good one for special occasions too. That alcohol in there isn't overpowering. It's not like, if you're wearing this to work, it's going to make your boss think that you're drinking on the job. It's just kind of there to cut that sweetness in that one. And I do enjoy that one. Next up from Fable, I have the Marksman. And the Marksman is crisp pine, warm cedar, soft mosses, and mystical amber. And this one is just a nice sort of wood scent. I love the smell of pine. I really do. It's one of those that's not used enough to me, and this is just a good wood scent. If I had to choose a wood scent from Fable, this is probably the one. It's just got a nice, very pine forward scent. And next up from Fable, this is the last of their main line that I have, is the Villager. And this is one of their fall scents. I also had their co-wash in that. I can't show you that because I've used it all, and I'll get into my thoughts on that. And this is just cranberries, fall breeze, which you really get a lot of. This is just a good fall scent, and probably my favorite. It's just got that real cozy sort of candle scent to it that I just love for the fall, and honestly year-round. It's just a very good scent. And now, moving on to the butter. So, let me pull that up here. Their butters are a poured butter that have a little bit of thickness to them, not too much. And the ingredients for their butter is cocoa butter, which deeply moisturizes, strengthens, and helps prevent hair damage. Shea butter, which is high in vitamin A and E and helps prevent breakage. Kokum butter, which is an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and hair softener. Alpine nut butter, which improves hair elasticity, moisture retention, and improves shelf life. Beeswax, which seals in moisture and protects the product from heat. And skin-safe fragrance oils that meets all IFRA safety standards. This is a good nighttime butter. It's got a little bit of hold to it, but not too much. I'm not a balm guy at all, but anytime a butter kind of advertises strong hold, it's usually not for me because I use it at night and it just kind of makes it feel weird when I go to lay down. I'm a belly sleeper, so my beard is touching that pillow. And if I have a butter that has a lot of hold to it, it just doesn't feel right for me. 1 second. Oh, right here. Okay, so let me show you guys this. I have used most of this butter. This was the first butter that I had that really just blew me away with feel and beard. This has a great feel to it, super deep. And it's because I think this is not a oil forward butter, it's just a butter. What I mean by that is some people will blend in their not fragrance blends, but their carrier blend with that, with just like 1 or 2 butters, but this is just butter all the way. And beeswax, just a little bit. And that beeswax is going to help trap in those butters to give you those nourishing properties. And this is a must-have to have in your rotation for me because of the fact that it's very butter heavy. And if you can see that, that's the kind of consistency. It melts down super nice. There's no grit to it, although anytime a butter is shipped, the consistency is going to change from the temperatures wherever it's going to. If you're in a hot climate area, it's probably going to melt. It's just something to be wary of. You can always stick it in the freezer for a little bit and it'll just re-solidify. Or sometimes it says it might have a grainy texture. I've had that happen from other companies, but not from Fable. I do love having this butter in rotation, and I had another fall scent in that one, which is the Harvester, which is just kind of like an apple cider scent. It's another one of those candle scents for me. A lot of fall scents remind me of candles. It's a little on the stronger side for me for nighttime, but just the feel of the butter and the quality of the butter really sells me on that, and I do really enjoy that. And Another thing about Fable that kind of sets them apart from most companies, I know there's one other company that eventually I'll be covering on the channel that does this. They do have a CBD line, and the CBD line is going to be a separate website. Just because of the payment processing, it's kind of weird the way banks handle CBD products, but they do offer CBD products, and a little bit about that is it is the same blend as their mainline oil, except it has 50 milligrams of full spectrum CBD oil. Now, the thing about full spectrum, there is isolate CBD and full spectrum CBD. Full spectrum CBD does contain trace amounts of THC in it, but it's not nearly enough to get you high. You would have to consume an inhumane amount of this in order to get any type of high or to show up on a drug test. I know tons and tons of people are just super worried about the whole CBD products making them fail a drug test. But it's not something that you have to worry about in these beard products. The CBD, it just helps relax the skin and increase blood flow, and it's just a really good one to have in rotation. This might be my favorite CBD oil of the two that I have tried. It doesn't have the most, but it does have just a good quality to it. And the scent that I have in that is going to be the grower, which is apple, oud, and something else that, one second, let me check. It's apple and farmstead oud. And it's just got a kind of more natural apple scent to it. It's not overly sweet. It's kind of hard to explain. Some things like one thing that kind of threw me off about the teacher is some of those fruit scents in that smell a little artificial as opposed to natural, but this one has just a nice, crisp, fresh apple scent to it, and I do love, love, love this. This is a great one to have in your rotation. I like to use it. This is going to sound very strange, but I have certain scents that I like to incorporate on specific days. It's a Monday oil for me. CBD products are what I use on Monday because I am off work Sunday through Tuesday. I have Sunday scents that I like specifically just to kick off my first day off with, and this is just a good Monday scent for me. It's kind of when I'm starting to relax for the weekend, and I just use this in the morning. This is a very good product. If I had to compare the feel of the mainline oil and the CBD oil, both are equally as good and have separate places in my rotation. I'm not going to pick one over the other because I rotate oils and butters out daily. I prefer both in my rotation on separate days of the week. It is a good winter oil. Whenever it starts to get colder, it's nice to kind of incorporate these thicker oils in there. And the co-wash I am out of. A co-wash is essentially a conditioner. The act of co-washing is kind of what makes that different. Co-washing is just using that conditioner instead of washing and conditioning. And that's not something I do. Where their co-wash fit for me in my rotation is it's kind of a medium conditioning conditioner. It doesn't super deeply condition. So throughout the week, I have my preferred deep conditioners that I use kind of on certain days, maybe once or twice a week, and I wash daily and condition every other day with that. And this is just a good one to have when my beard doesn't need that deep conditioning. It's just enough to keep it from drying out from just washing, because even with just a gentle daily wash, it will kind of dry my beard out a little too much. That is a good conditioner to have just to give it that little bit of a boost. Fable is one of those companies that started small and really worked really hard to get where they're at. And I do think it's deserved. I know that their marketing is pretty intense, and that kind of throws some people off, those ads everywhere. But between the ads and the reviews, I know that after my beard just getting tired of the company that I was loyal to for years, this was just a good one to kind of try next. And this was just kind of, this brand kicked off my passion for trying other brands. The moment that I switched from using one brand exclusively to trying something different, I was just hooked from that moment on. That experience of just that different feeling beard, I really have to give credit to Fable for sort of kicking that off for me and starting this journey for me. If any of you guys have tried Fable, I'm sure most of you have. Just let me know what you think about it in the comments. What scents do you prefer? Is there a certain season that you think they do the best? Like, I personally prefer their fall scents over their winter scents or summer scents. But that's just me. What do you prefer? What are your favorite scents? What product do you think Fable does best out of their lineup? Do you like the consistency? Let's just talk about it in the comments. And also, I would like to ask, what company kind of set off your sort of trip into the rabbit hole here with beard care companies? For me, after being brand loyal, Fable was absolutely what made me realize what else is out there, and I'm just thankful for that. Even some of these bigger companies do have a place. Like I said, I keep Fable in my rotation mainly for the consistency. It's just a great kind of thicker oil, not the thickest. I'll be covering some of the thickest oils in the channel later, but just let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what companies really made you start to pay attention to these kind of things. I've heard of some people really noticing the difference in feel and beard based off of Fable. Just let me know in the comments, guys, and take care, and I'll see you next week.